Come on, dude. Wow. Look at that. So one day, I was just randomly just thinking, like, how long has it been since I picked up a Simon Bisley book? So I just looked up Simon Bisley. And randomly, I came across this. And I didn't know there was a Kickstarter for this. I don't know anything about this book, other than I know it's his pencils for, I guess, a comic book he did, from what I read on the back, from 2008. And the idea of looking at Simon Bisley's pencil work is, like, to have that readily available to you is amazing, especially if you want to become an artist yourself, and especially when if you're inspired by somebody like Simon Bisley. When I heard about this, I was like, I gotta pick this up. This is so rare, I feel like, that you get the opportunity to look at the pencils of somebody in a very affordable price. Now, being the mark that I am, I had to get the special hardcover version, but there is a softcover version. It's actually pretty cheap. It's like $11 or $12, I think you can get it for. Super cheap, and I think it's readily available. This is not. I think this was like limited to like 1,000 or something, and it was a Kickstarter and whatnot. But I kind of want to go through this with you guys. I just went through it. I literally flipped through it very quickly because I was obviously curious of what was inside. But really, I'm going to say this is probably the first time I'm looking through this. And let's take a look at this. Berserker Comics is great. They put out all kinds of great stuff. That's where I got my Simon Bisley sketchbook that I looked at with you guys on the channel. So let's kind of go through this and look through this and just be in awe of the pencils of Simon Bisley. I also love that you kind of get the top. You can kind of look at the, like, how he puts it on the page on the 11 by 17 board. And man, oh man. The first thing I got to point out, so much detail. And it is so cool to just take a look at his pencil work. No inks, no colors, just as raw as you possibly can get. And that's why it's called Raw, I think. Raw edition. So I love Bisley. I think Bisley is... I think Bisley is such a unique artist. And I feel like as time goes on, he gets even more unique and he gets more experimental and tries to do different things. I know some people don't like his art now as much as they used to. But, man, come on. How can you look at something like that? Dude eating another dude's face and not being like, that's rad as fuck. 2008, so I mean, was Walking Dead kind of cool at this point? I'm not sure, but I feel like there was a time period where everybody was making a zombie book, so he may have jumped on that train, I don't know, but come on, dude. Wow, look at that. Oh, I also love how that's really cool, how he's kind of like pointing things out. I have no idea what he's doing there. That's got to be some ink there to do that splatter. Man, look at that panel there. That dude's smoking. That is super rad. Come on, look at that. Look how beautiful that work is. Wow. And he's doing some really that's the other thing, like, what separates a great artist from a amateur artist or just not a good art, or like a decent artist, is the composition, the change of perspective, the storytelling. I mean, just a pro at storytelling, composition, changing things, and it reads beautifully. I mean, oh man, look at that. And this is just pencils at this point. So tight. Man, look at that. I do hate when they make you turn the book, but that is super rad. So much action, so much storytelling. And I mean, drawing that amount of people with that amount of detail, so difficult. Like, Bisley is one of those guys that when you look at his work, you're just like, dude. Like, how is somebody that damn good? I love that staircase there. Going up and that bell kind of moving forward. I mean, he's got the movement down too. You know, just the amount of detail. And you can definitely tell he's also thinking about story as well as he's doing this. Just drawing some beautiful, beautiful stuff. As I said, his style is kind of changing over time. But, like, there's no, like, super muscular dudes in this or anything like that. It's not your typical Bisley where, you know, we're going to have, like, dudes with giant muscles and axes and stuff like that. It's more of him doing kind of this fun, interesting, real life, well, not real life, but, like, more normal people in this, obviously, zombie world. Because zombies are totally normal, and man, I love that. Just, I'm sorry, I keep saying I love that for everything, but I just really do love Simon Bisley's art. I think I have more videos on Simon Bisley than anybody else. Because, I mean, I love how he's doing the car here. It's just such a simple, like, box shape. But it reads so well. Oh, man. Do I keep skipping pages? No, I don't. Okay, I feel like I'm skipping pages. I love that anatomy there. I love drawings like that because it really does teach you anatomy when you look at it. Like, if you are struggling with anatomy, really just look at other artists. As long as you kind of get the idea that that rib cage is kind of tucked in there. Those deltoids are kind of connecting under that. I'm sorry, the pecs are connecting under the deltoid. And you really just have to kind of show that very small bit of the triceps in the back. Bicep, I mean, that's a pretty long bicep, I feel like, but it looks great. And then those forearm muscles and just kind of all the little details. I learned something recently that if you're kind of drawing like those details on the side there, like because you have like those bones in your ribs, if you connect them to the middle where the collarbone connects, not connect them, but like if you can like align them in the same, I guess, contour or direction, whatever. I hope that makes sense. It, like if you're going around the contour of the rib cage, you can connect the details directly to that collarbone or the pit of the neck, and that's where you kind of put your details. Whereas like the like where you're putting the pecs and stuff, it's going to go cross contour. If that makes any sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, beautiful anatomy. God, the way I love the way he draws faces. Oh man, especially like great. Like Bisley can draw the most insane shit you've ever seen, and yeah. Man, I love that panel there. I mean, I love every panel on this page. So much force coming down as he's dropping that axe into that guy's head. Oh man, look at that. So much expression too, like, wow. I have not seen the finished comic of this. I don't even know what the finished comic looks like. But from what I could see of this, I should pick it up. Man. And then you get beautiful stuff like that. Like, we're so realistic. Such an interesting choice. Wow. Yeah. Bisley is a master of anatomy, that's for sure. And a master of drawing. And there we go. That is Bisley's raw pencils. And you can pick it up for like $11 or something, I think, somewhere. I forget where. I forget where I picked it up. But it's super rad to be able to look at. I love that we're starting to focus on the artists and the people who are interested in looking at the art, because I find this stuff so fascinating. I feel like if you read comic books, you have to be interested in art. Like, you have to have some kind of interest in art. But yeah, that's Bisley's raw edition of the Dead Kingdom of Flies. So, I've never heard of it before. Yeah, super rad. So, and check out Berserk Comics. They always have some cool, interesting stuff that kind of drops there. Again, that's where I got my Bisley sketchbook that I did a video on. And I know I'm not, they don't know I exist. They know nothing about me. I'm not sponsored by them. I just like cool books and Berserker Comics. And they also sell like original art and stuff on there too. So just check it out. Maybe I'll leave a link below. But I'm going to try to cool it down on Bisley because I feel like I've done so many Bisley books. I still have a ton of Bisley stuff that I want to do, but I think I'm going to cool it down on him for a bit because I feel like I've done so much on him. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.